Hello everyone and welcome to the Torn League Season 1 rules review video. I just want to post this on the YouTube channel, going over our rules page, make sure everybody knows how the rules work, how some of the scheduling is going to go on, and just answer some hopefully general questions about the league. So starting with, we just wrapped up signups yesterday. We have 72 teams signed up for the league this year. That is insane. Last year in Black Ops 6, we had 48, which was still crazy. But now we have 72. We had a lot of other teams still want to sign up. We just don't have enough people to admin that many teams. And 72 is probably still going to spread us pretty thin. So we please ask that everybody respects the rules and tries not to spam too many tickets with, random silly little stuff, you know what I mean? Because us admins are going to try our best. Wash, the commissioner, Lucky, one of the main admins, Retaliate, all the other admins are going to be trying our best. But there's a lot of teams here. 72 teams of 4 people is a lot of people, you know what I mean? All right, with that being said, let's get into this rules, and then I'll go over hopefully how you schedule things, because that's not something that's like listed in the rules. And then also we'll talk a bit about the Torn League YouTube channel. So first page here is these are rules must be followed during time playing in Torn League. Failure to read the rule set is not an excuse, and breaking the rules can lead to up to various punishments. We have integrity is the most important thing, and our goal is to make the league as fair and as fun as possible. Further questions, claims, and reactions must be submitted via ticket system and Discord. Yes, any issues that you have, do not just go in the general chat and start spamming and complaining. We are not going to answer that, and we will tell you to make a ticket. So if you have issues or a question, make a ticket in the Discord. That is where things are handled, and they're going to be handled privately. Hosting regions, it's North America only. Platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Controller only, no keyboard and mouse players. Teams, 4 players per team with 2 subs max, no more than 2 subs on a roster. And if you do need to add someone or drop someone, there is a roster change section in the Torn League Discord. All right, moving down to the next page, team and player restrictions. So teams have to report a player eligibility challenge within 24 hours of score report or prior to the match report cutoff. This deadline does not include the use of a banned challenger / COD player, top player, or non-compliant streaming and camps. Penalties for using illegal players include map forfeits, match forfeits, and then team disqualifications if you do not listen to the rules. And we look through all the signups, and nobody has crossed the top 200 challenger player mark yet with any of those rosters. But just be wary if you are someone who's like close to, or you're getting a lot of pro points from the challenger cups or whatever, and you're close to like a top 200 player in terms of the pro points, be careful, because we do not allow top 200 players in the league. It's the team's and players' responsibility to know their league roster and roster changes in the league Discord to reflect the active lineup. So if you're playing without someone, or you're playing with someone in a match that's not listed on your roster, it's your responsibility to know that. All right, teams may substitute players in between maps, but the player must be listed on the official roster. So, you play the map 1 hardpoint, and someone's got to go. If you have a substitute that's online and on your roster, they can sub in for map 2, but not mid-map. It has to be in between maps. Fail to follow rules by the streaming and cam section, they'll become an ineligible player. And there's going to be people probably throughout the league that have to money cam, have to be streaming, just because there's going to be accusations. And the easiest way for us to get through that is for a money cam and PC resets and stuff like that. Players who are banned from challengers, COD agent, and CMG are unable to compete in the Torn League. Double check yourselves on that. Don't be banned from CMG. Torn League, Black Ops 7 modes and maps. We got Blackheart, Colossus Den, Exposure, Scar for the hardpoint set. Search and Destroy, Colossus Den, Exposure, Scar, Raid, and then Overload, Den, Exposure, Scar. Now, these could be set to change after Major 1 here next week. This was updated just today. We updated all these rules. There could be a change here, and these will be updated as the CDL map pool updates. So ours will almost always reflect the CDL map pool. All right, item restrictions, and this is just mostly following the CDL/GA rules. You have all the ARs listed, your SMGs, your snipers, shotguns, all melee, all just the default knife, marksman rifles, LMGs, launchers. I mean, nothing special allowed in our league. You're going to be running M15, Dravik, and your 2 life with your sniper. the VSR Recon with your 2 life and no attachments on the sniper. So here is a look at your G8 attachments, or your allowed attachments, and laser all magazine, and then your equipment, stun and smoke, 1 smoke per team, and search and destroy, and then you have trophy system, 2 trophy systems allowed per team, and then 2 of your players be running mute field. Now what we'll come into is some of you guys may have 4 trophies on as you're playing. You just need to make sure only 2 people are throwing them before your match, because we might allow 1 accident to go through and not be a map replay. But if it's a recurring thing with your team that you have more than 2 trophies on and you're throwing more than 2 trophies, there's going to be map forfeits. All right. I don't want to deal with a million people complaining about more than 2 trophies. So please have 2 trophies per team, and the other guys run a mute field. Or if you have all 4 guys with trophy on, only 2 of them better be throwing the trophies. Wild cards, there you go. Here's your perks. So all these are banned except, and you have most of these. Like I said, nothing really special in here, but with all those GAs and stuff, we comply pretty much with the same rules as the CDL when it comes to our league. And then here's just some other things listed. A few operators, Black Cell operators, the TED operator, Reaper. Here's a few GA stuff. Stair glitching. No stair glitching. Snaking, no more than 2 pumps. 1. You go up 1. You go up 2. Do not go down. On that second one, you got to be challenged. You know what I mean? Sniper rifles, no attachments. And then you get 2 deaths with the sniper. So you die twice in the search with a sniper in your hand. That is the sniper gone for the map. Vetoes. If the team's unresponsive by the match time for vetoes, the league has the rights to the active team pick all the maps. Any unresponsive teams must be reported via the ticket system, and the league has the rights to accept or deny a team's ability to pick maps based on proofs, timelines, stalling, or any other factors. Best of 5 series. Here's how your series will be decided. So on the brackets and groups, you'll have a team A and team B. And like if you're home or away, you're team A, or you can choose to be team A or B. The home team gets to choose. And then here's how your bans will go. So, you can read through that and of how the bans go. Usually it's hardpoint first, then you go to search, you pick your maps, then you go to control. Best of 7, which you only have to worry about best of 7 for the grand finals of the entire league. Lobby hosting issues. You can, if you have issues, you can be made in the ticket system. Only 4 players listed on the roster from each team are allowed in lobby, plus any casters from the league or admin for the match. There's not going to be an admin in every single match, and there's not going to be a caster in every single match. So if you do want to, let's say, get VOD for your team during the match, we do have, it might even be down here somewhere, but we do have a rule where you can be getting VOD, but your team has to be in the Torn League Discord call, and then you have to be in a separate call also streaming, just so there's no information being fed from you casting, because people will try to do that in these online leagues. And then here's some more just about hosting. You have 10 minutes to invite the opposing team, must set the lobby, stuff like that. If this is your first time in a league, I recommend going through here. This is available in the Discord in the hashtag rules section and fully reading through these. But yeah, you have a little bit of a grace period when it comes to setting the lobby and inviting the opposing team. And then, first map, let's say your host, second map, the other team hosts, and then it goes back and forth. During the map, if there's an item restriction violation, teams should play out the map and report with proof immediately after the map. So let's say they're running 4 trophies and they're throwing 4 trophies. You play out the map, because if you win the map, then it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You can still report them afterwards if you don't like that team, and it helps the team know. Because some of the teams are not going to watch this video, aren't going to read the rules. That's just how people work nowadays. But play out the map and then submit via the ticket system. That is a big one to read there. All right, game settings. Here's some game settings. Most of these you can use the CDL game mode, and they're good. and it's fine. But one thing I would say is maybe we might have to edit equipment delay. I think is now off, so you don't have to edit that one, and we'll get that changed in the rules and updated. If there are any problems with hosting team, the team is required to submit a ticket in the league's Discord system. So that's for incorrect game settings. And then hard points. Now these are like lag out issues. So if the game settings are found to be wrong within a combined 50 points, so it's like 15 to 20, and you're like, well, these game settings are not right, the map must be ended and restarted. The settings are found to be correct after the reset again within the 100 points, combined points of the map, can be ended and hosted by the opposite team. So if you can't figure out the game rules, the other team can take that host if you keep messing it up. If the game exceeds these thresholds, the map must be played out, though. So let's say it's like 100 to 150, and you just now realize there's a rule set missing, you have to finish the map first. Game settings found to be wrong. The game score is 3 rounds or less. The map can be ended and restarted. The settings are found to be incorrect after the reset again. Then the map can be ended and hosted by opposite team. And if it exceeds that, then you must play the map out. Overload, pretty similar. 1/2 of the map, or if the score within 1 or tied 1. And then rule violations. Violations must be submitted through the league's ticket system. A lot of stuff's going to go through the tickets. If accusing team's responsibility is to provide proof of the rule violation, so don't just make a ticket and say, yeah, this guy's walling, and send me nothing. You got to have clips. You got to be ready to provide proof. Otherwise, we're probably going to discard the ticket. Or we're going to be like, hey, provide proof, please. So after the submission, it'll be judged by league staff and admins. Item restrictions, match. Yeah, so this comes under the thing of like, maybe using a muzzle on AR or the 4 trophy system example I used earlier. That has to be filed within 30 minutes of the score report or prior to a match cutoff. So if you're like, wow, you're looking through VOD the next day and you're like, whoa, they were running 4 trophies. At that point, it's already way too late to report that. Like the series is done and gone by then. We can't do anything about that. Now, within 30 minutes, you report it, then we can do something about it. Violation issues. If you have any problem during the league match, please send proof of it after the match has been completed. Do not continue the series until the issue has been resolved. So this is like cheating violation issues, stuff like that. Streaming and cam violations. Teams have to report a claim within 24 hours of the score report or prior to a match report cutoff. Players who do not comply with the streaming and cam rule set will result in a match forfeit. So if you think you have some good gameplay and you might get called out for money camming, make sure you have a little webcam or something that you can put on your monitor. So in case you get put on money cam, because there will be a role and there will probably be some people put on the money cam role. And now these are like teams can request a claim, but also this is subject to admin approval whether or not we think the player needs to have the money cam. Like you can't just get smoked map 1 and be like, all right, we're not playing map 2 till you get a money cam on. That's not exactly how it works. It's up to the admin's discretion per each match. Ring your account, giving your account to another person. Yeah, so they'll be giving your account to somebody else for them to play as you. And then ban equipment. So keyboard, mouse, VPNs, stuff like that, Zims, Cronuses, you're going to be banned if you're using that. And then is this, any streams or requests for streams, cams, PC resets can be made in the ticket system. And it is the player's responsibility to be able to do all of those things. It includes saving VOD, stuff like that. And then game streaming required for PC players. So if you are playing on PC, you are required to stream your match. And then money cam and hand cams can be requested, but this is also up to admin approval and is not just something that you can force another player to do yourself. It's up to the admin approval. So there's the quick rules. It wasn't really quick, but I tried to get through it quickly and hopefully explain everything. But if you do have any questions, ask them in the Discord. And then one thing I will say regarding scheduling, if you are new, there's no set schedule each week of like when you play your match. Each week, you're going to see your opponent And I'll explain this more in the group reveal once the schedule's done here in a few days, because I'll do another video. But you'll see your schedule and you'll know your entire schedule. Week 1, you play this team. You don't play them at a certain time. There's no listed time. You reach out to that team and you guys DM each other, schedule that match. Once you get that time figured out, you post it in hashtag scheduled matches, which I don't have the Discord pulled up yet, but you post it in there, and then that is where you guys will be good to go. Somebody will go in and check mark that, like, okay, this match is being played at this time. That's what an admin will do, and then we will know you guys have got your match scheduled, and that will be put into our system as well, of like, you guys played that match at this time on this day, just so we know when every match took place and stuff like that. Now, for the Torn League YouTube channel, one thing we did in Black Ops 6 is we casted a lot of matches. Like, a lot of these were casted by casters, stuff like that. I would cast at least one every day for a while, sometimes multiple a day. Rocky, I know, casted a ton, and some other casters did a ton. This, I do want to do more YouTube content for sure, because I think, you know, there's a lot of people that ended up watching these YouTube contents, whether it was a full series or even just one map like some of these were. But the amount of casting we did for free was a lot of time and effort. And we thought about maybe increasing the amount of entries to help pay casters, so that way you guys aren't reaching out to casters and paying them yourself, and the casters are paid by the league, and we can still get a ton of content out of there and matches casted. But we didn't decide to do that for this season. So for now, casting, if someone wants to do a free cast, that's up to them. I'll probably be doing a couple per week. At least definitely in the playoffs, I'll be doing a lot of casting. But in terms of the regular season matches, I'll be doing a few. But other than that, for casting and stuff like that, we do have casters in the Discord, but they're going to charge a fee. Like Deform, I know, did $5 per match last year. His rate might have gone up since then, but he does a great job casting. We have other solid casters in there. If you really want your match casted in like a professional cast, it may be something that's worth it for you. Some of you guys may be like, nah, I don't want to pay, you know, $5 for a cast. That's completely up to you. It's completely optional. I just want to say, all the free casting we did is not going to be nearly the same amount that that was done last year. Now, I do want to keep getting videos up here, because we post a lot of videos. What, we got 54 up in that first season of Black Ops 6. We're going to keep posting videos like this, because I think it's great to have it all in one place as well. Like, you guys can go through and watch some of your matches that you played, you know, 6 months ago. And then as we go in multiple Black Ops 6 seasons, you can watch matches. So I think it's going to be a great thing to have. But the amount of free casting we did is not going to be anywhere near the same. And really, it was a few of us that were doing a ton of casting. So if you want to reach out and pay someone to cast you, there's going to be options available. But in terms of free casting, it's going to be a lot lower. Now, in the future, we might make it to where we do more free casting, but it's not technically free because it's going to reflect it in your entry cost. Like, let's say we bump it up to $75 per team next season, and we still get 64 teams. That's going to bump up the prize pool a bit as well. That's going to give the league more opportunity to go out and individually get casters to cast a certain amount of matches per week and stuff like that. So that is something that we were thinking about maybe in the future of the league, but not for this season. For this season, casting is going to work a lot like other leagues, where, you know, maybe you'll get featured on the main broadcast some nights, which would be me. But other than that, if you want a caster, you can reach out to casters who have the caster role in the Discord. And if you want to become a caster, you can make a ticket and become a caster as well. I'm going to actually make a post in the Discord soon this week asking for casters, and if anybody would be interested in casting. But for now, that is our plan. That is the rules review. Appreciate everyone listening through this video, because it is kind of a longer video. But just want to make sure, if you guys were confused about rules, we got through them, and we have a good season, man. And like I said at the beginning, we're trying to get more admins, but right now I would say our admins for 72 teams is probably not enough. So please bear with us, especially at the start with the amount of tickets. If it's not that big of an issue, try to handle it without the admins spending a lot of time helping you out. just to help us out for a bit until we get some more admins in the Discord. We should hopefully have that figured out within the next 2 weeks. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in this one, and stay tuned for another video this week with the schedule and group reveal.